आज के इस I would say a very solemn occasion whereby we are commemorating the sixth punyatithi of one of the most enigmatic women leaders of modern times, a persona जिनका सहज और संवेदनशील व्यक्तित्व हम सभी ने बहुत नज़दीकी से देखा in the era of social media and all. And today the kind of crisis which is happening in Bangladesh, had Sushma ji been there, the kind of response she gave to people all across was it is what she is known for. उनकी जो स्निग्ध मुस्कान, her smile, her poise and all, उसी व्यक्तित्व की स्मृति में आज हम सभी यहाँ एकत्रित हुए हैं. हमने सोचा कि फेमिनिज्म की बात तो पूरे विश्व भर में होती है, पर भारतीय स्त्रीत्व, the Indic feminism, the integral compact of it all, it perhaps need a kind of a deliberation. And today we are really fortunate enough to have eminent galaxy of luminaries who can really extol I would say the frontiers and foundations of this integral Indic feminism, as we call it. And we feel that Sushma ji was the living mascot of the same. And so we had planned for 3 panels this afternoon, and we all know the Delhi deluge, people are just coming in, so we'll start off in the reverse order. The panel 3 was slated from 4:05 p.m. and we had proposed the complementarities of character to cope up with conflicting circumstances by the Stree Shakti, and by the complementarities of these conflicting situations, I would say spirituality replete with divine devotion, and states womanship smeared with arrogance, tinge, anger and ruthlessness. Both the aspects are perhaps needed, and that's where our Stree Shakti comes into that cosmic play. Exercise of intellect and courage in professional word vis-a-vis sublimely forsaking talents for the greater benefit of raising a family. Toughness of courage and softness of compassion. Hard work and humility. Austerity vis-a-vis astuteness. Existence distilled in the depths of mind and heart vis-a-vis flaunting the freedom of the ordinary. Balancing out of rights and responsibilities in the context of variegated socio-professional roles. Handling conflicts, struggles, challenges, doubts with elegance and style, living life with truth, beauty, courage and divinity. So I would like to have the privilege of having Madam Rajita Kulkarni ma'am to come over here to preside over this session, to coordinate it out here. Yeah. And I would request all our august panelists if they can pay the floral tributes to Sushma ji out here. We have just put it, ma'am. You can just join in. I would also like to invite Madam Deepakshi Mahindru ma'am to also join on the panel. And on this theme, I would also request Dr. Deepa Sethi ma'am from IIM Kozhikode ma'am, please join in on this deliberation. And yeah. So. सुषमा जी का एक वाक्य जो हम लोगों ने लिखा, उनका जो आध्यात्मिक अधिष्ठान था, भगवान कृष्ण के प्रति मेरा संपूर्ण समर्पण और अटूट विश्वास है, इसलिए मैं ना कभी विचलित होती हूँ न धीरज खोती हूँ. सो दैट वाज द फाउंटेन of her elegance, all the I would say, great qualities she expressed in the whole world. I would request Ma'am Rajita Kulkarni to open up the session and illumine us, ma'am.
सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणी नमोऽस्तुते. Okay. Thank you, Raghav and Surbhi. I'm flanked by two Deepas. So Deepa is light, so I think a very befitting platform for us that two lights can lead us out of darkness with thoughts, ideas, and insights. So Raghavji, this is a surprise addition to what you want me to do, but that's all right. I think today we are here together as women to celebrate each other and to support each other, to learn from each other, and to share with each other really of the different challenges that we face, and at the same time the different things that we have seen or done ourselves to find strength and move ahead in life to reach where each of us has. I think today you have more women who are joining, who each one in our own fields. When we look back, I think we will all feel grateful, grateful to feel the strength of whatever has led us to where we are today. I think all of us have had great journeys. Your topic is very beautiful about the complementarities. I just have few thoughts to share, and of course, I will leave it to the two erudite panel members to share their thoughts. So, in the Indian context, actually, we never had any conflict in this aspect, that are we complementary or not. This was never I think it was never there was never a conflict about it. Actually, if you see Durga, Lakshmi, Saraswati, so all three main portfolios for the government, if you will, defense, wealth, and education, all were with women. If you go further, Bhuvaneshwari is considered to use a light word, the boss of Brahma, Vishnu, Mahesh. So, the role of a woman, whether a woman is empowered enough or not, or whether the woman has her rightful place or not, I don't think that was ever a doubt. Uh, but so that is one reality, definitely, and one certainty. At the same time, we are in a world today which is contextualized and defined by the realities of today. And therefore, you are in software, we are in education, you are in filmmaking, you are in medicine, you are young students who have probably just graduated, starting your life. We didn't meet, but you must have your own field. Ma'am is here, your mother, who belongs to yet another generation. And I think each of us grew up with our own contexts, our own realities, our own family and societal ecosystems, beliefs, and that is what shaped us to where we are. And the wider world is shaping us as a humanity. Today, if you see, just today's news is so full of so many things that are not good. And in that, again, the role of man and woman, and not to mention what is happening in the world of beyond these two genders. I mean, we don't even need to go that in that field, then there is no end to that discussion. So I think what is important for platforms like ours is to look at this in a positive way, to say that there are two types. If you see women, one is those of us, I mean, we are of course privileged, right? We all can say we had positive childhoods, we got opportunities, we reached where we did. And then we also, like, at least I can say that I've had a fair deal of exposure to women who have not had that. Like our university, Shri Shri University, is in the Katak Bhubaneswar neighborhood, and we have, I won't say adopted, but identified about 70, 80 villages in our neighborhood where we do a lot of, university social responsibility kind of work. So it could be health camps, medical camps, our students go and do simple things like teaching health, hygiene, extension activities for agriculture, things like that. Now we did the MOU with Intel, and we are even planning to do some AI advocacy for high school students in these villages. But if I see the women in these villages, Deepaji, they are not like you and me. They have not had the opportunities. They are very bright, but they might not have had the education and the opportunities, and because of that they don't have financial empowerment, and because of that therefore they get, they have to face whatever outcomes or challenges there therefore. So that is also a reality today. At the same time, there are women like us, like you were sharing your story of how you are helping through your films and documentaries bring to fore stories of oppression of either sex, and then helping find justice. So I always look at these discussions from a point of view that how can we help these positive stories and our positive energy and strength and our learnings of life make a little difference to the side which needs that help. So I think that is more for me the approach of partnership rather than looking for between us as a gender, etc. Because that there is no end to that discussion, and then it goes kind of a little bit not so positive. So for me, few things are my life's reality. Being having the good fortune to be associated under the guidance of Pujya Gurudev Sri Sri Ravi Shankarji. As a woman, I felt in fact more advantaged because I never felt discriminated against, if that is the word. Uh, Whereas when I was a professional previously, I must have experienced a few such occasions. I won't deny that. And so that advantage, that knowledge has been a big, big, definitely um, advantage. It has been a life changing boost. So that is number one. Number two, I think through the work that the foundation does, the Art of Living Foundation, whether it's for education, whether it's for women, or whether it's in health, hygiene, I have seen so many hundreds of women actually tangibly benefit from it. So that reinforces my confidence that every little step or every little action counts. Sometimes when we talk about change, change feels ominous, or change feels too difficult because it is too much. How much, what can I do as an individual? But here I saw that very tiny, tiny things definitely made a change and a transformation for possible. So that's my second experience of confidence and conviction that it is possible. That's number two. And I think, of course, would love to hear more from both of you. But for me personally, I am living what I call, my friends know, a bonus life. I was in the Taj Hotel in 2008 when the terrorist attack happened. And I mean, well, we were about 14, 15 hours, going through the motions and trying to save our life, which is saved. So I'm sitting here. So very grateful for the very value of life. Sometimes that's quite basic, but for me, and it's quite can be quite fundamental. But for me, it's a very big living reality. So for me, this Shakti that you talk about, for me that Shakti is real because it got me out, and that's why this time is positive time, good time to do something good and leave a little, mark if possible. So I think as women, we have a lot to do. And we were discussing before, there is economic disempowerment, maybe in some parts of India, in the remote villages. Today the rural urban divide is a little bit blurred, I think, because you go even interior, still you have Wi-Fi, still you can see Netflix, still. So until you go really deep, that divide sort of is blurred. But let's say that there is some economic divide, rural urban, but I think the bigger disempowerment is the emotional or the mental disempowerment that happens even when you're economically empowered. So you may be financially independent, you may be very successful, you may be very having a great position. So all the tick marks for what is needed as a definition of empowerment. But if you're emotionally or mentally not well enough or not healthy, I think that is an important aspect of, if you say, urban disempowerment that we need to look at. So I think again there, all the